Hey folks, what is up? This is Ask the Actor. I'm Paul Spitali, and this week I've got something a little different for you. I've got a juicy story to tell you about one of my experiences on a film set. So, I show up to this film set, and it's not a huge blockbuster movie by any means, but it's not a small budget movie. It's kind of in the middle of the road, some great actors in it, and immediately I am greeted by the main actress, which I thought was a little odd, but we happened to bump into each other, and she introduced herself and was just very sweet and very nice. Hey, Paul, thank you so much for being here. You know, I was so happy to hear that you accepted the role, and that audition that you did, wow, you just nailed it. Thank you so much for being here. If you need anything, you let me know, okay? So I thought, oh, how nice. She was, you know, very, very gracious and helpful. Very cool. All right. So I go to set my things down, and not 5 seconds later, I was approached by the co-star. And she said a lot of the same things. She said, hey, Paul, thank you so much for being here. You know, that audition you did, you just nailed it. We were so happy to hear that you accepted the role to this. Thank you so much. If you need anything, you let me know, okay? All right. So I was like, wow, this is so great. They were so nice to me. Wow, what a great set. So I go to wardrobe, I go to hair and makeup. I'm ready to go on and do my scene, which was with those two actresses that introduced themselves with me. And before we go on, I'm chit-chatting with the main actress, who I'm in the scene with first. And normally, pre-scene chit-chat involves, okay, were you gonna hit your mark? What are you gonna do when I do this? You know, kind of like blocking and setting up the scene, right? This chit-chat, however, was a little different. She was more like, so, hey, Paul, are you from around here? Do you live in New York, LA? Are you staying around tonight? Anywhere near or anything like that? I just, you know, I must have watched your audition 20 some times. I just gotta say how sexy you were in it. Action! I was thrown off my game, and in my actor mind I was thinking, wow, she's the consummate professional. She wanted to throw me off so that I could be natural in the scene, right? But that scene didn't really call for that. So I was definitely thrown off, and we did the scene a couple of times and finally nailed it. And then, you know, I went back to my dressing room, changed into my street clothes, and was about to leave when, guess who stops me? The main actress. And she's like, oh, hey, Paul, I'm so glad I caught you. You know, it's kind of late. It's a little late to drive. So we've got a hotel room for you. So just, you know, set your bags down. We have a driver for you. And, you know, get over there, settle in, relax. And then, you know, you can go back home in the morning. We just don't want you driving. It's just, I mean, God forbid if anything happened to you. I mean, we really would like you to stay, okay? Well, I thanked her and said that, you know, my wife was waiting up for me. And granted, I had my wedding ring on the entire time, even in the scene, right? And I left. And as I was leaving, don't you know, co-star comes up to me and says the exact same thing. Oh, hey, Paul, I don't know if you heard, but we have a hotel room for you. It's a little too late to drive. We don't want anything to happen to you because, I mean, it's just, you know, the roads are slippery, and you just settle in and you get comfortable, and so and I are gonna be in the same hotel, and we're all just gonna relax. And again, if there's anything I can do for you, you just let me know, okay? Okay. And at this point, I was just like, what the hell is going on here? I thanked her, I left, and I felt like I had to sneak out, right? I felt like a freaking gazelle being chased by a cheetah, a couple of cheetahs. And I got to my car, I turned the ignition on, I turned the corner, and I breathed a sigh of relief because I had to go over it in my head, like, what the hell is going on? Were they really trying to shoot their shot? Because, whoa, there was so much going on in my head. I'm still flustered, like reliving this right now. Now, I'm a clueless guy, and I don't really know when women are into me. I mean, you could come up to me with a big sign that says, I like you, and I still would be clueless. That's how I am, all right? But this was crazy, all right? Both of these girls were trying to get me to stay and do God knows what. Oh, I was just thinking, like, okay, what if I was a woman in this situation, right? Man, ugh. I can't even, and I'm not going to say like, oh, hey, I know how it feels because I was in the same situation. I'm not saying that at all. But ladies, if you have to deal with stuff like that, I am so sorry. Man, so yeah, that's my crazy story. I've got so many more from so many other film sets, but that'll have to be in another episode. I hope you enjoyed the story, and once again, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you. Goodbye. Hey folks, if you enjoyed this video, why don't you click and subscribe and share, maybe leave a nice, kind comment below, all right? Thanks again, I appreciate you. Disclaimer, content provided in this media is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be construed as legal, medical, or actual advice. The information contained in the content posted represents the sole views and opinions of Paul Spitali. Listen folks, I'm not an expert. Lighten up!